Hey YouTube, it's Featherboy996 here with a deck profile. These are my Crashbugs, but firstly, big shout out to Dueling Bunnies for allowing me to post this video onto their channel. So please come subscribe to me. Hopefully they'll put a link to my channel somewhere in the video or down below. Also, another great Australian YouTuber which I think should get some more subs is DMan1458. He's a big team member of mine, have done some really good trades with him, so if you can, just check him out as well. And another big thanks to Dueling Bunnies. So this is my Crashbug deck. It's a bit more original than some of my other decks. I saw the cards at Generation 4 Sneak, and the way that they just trolled, I was versing someone who got out the Terabyte, and no one could get through it. As soon as he got the Terabyte out, he pretty much won, just by them decking out. So ever since then, I've been slowly getting the cards I need for the deck, and so here we go. We've got, obviously, need the triple Crashbug X, triple Crashbug Y, triple Crashbug Z. When you normal summon one of the Crashbugs, and if you have another one in the field, you can summon the third one, then exceed. Really quite consistent like that. If you want to know which order it is, just check Dueling Network. Then two Super Crashbugs. Remove from play one of each Crashbug in the grave. Then the attack of all monsters on the field becomes their defense. And with 3000 defense, when you switch to attack, a lot of monsters have trouble getting through that. And they generally have to go into Ancient Fairy Dragon just to get through it. And that would mean losing their Fairy Dragon. Onto the other monsters. Darkness Neosphere. I haven't seen this card see much play, except for in the Dark Symbol block deck. But what it does is when they attack while you have a Fiend monster in your field and the Fiend in your hand, you discard the Fiend and you send the Fiend to the graveyard. I don't think it's discard, it's just send. So it doesn't work with Dark Worlds. But when your opponent monster declares an attack, this card can help destroy a battle, and once per turn you return all face-up trap cards you control to the hand. 4000 attack and defense. This is a pretty boss monster, which you can just special summon when they attack you. Better than Gauze in my opinion. Dark Necrophia. You just remove from play 3 Fiends in your graveyard and special summon this. When it's destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect, equip it to one of their monsters, and in the end phase get control of that monster. Works well with Super Crashbug because it then goes up to 2800 attack. Quite easy. Darkharm Dragon. You're doing a lot of graveyard control in here. And most of the deck is dark, minus one or two monsters. Just the consistency with this card is you summon it, get rid of some more monsters. Then we need the Sangan. Sangan searches for any of the Crashbugs. Also then searches for your Battle Faders, so when they destroy in battle you can then defend. Even your Dandelion or Debris Dragon. So it's just a great monster in here. Battle Fader by 2. This card is actually quite needed in the deck. You need that defense. And if you're really smart, you special summon Battle Fader, have another Fiend in your hand, and next turn when they attack, you can bring out your Darkness Neosphere. So for 2 turns of really good protection. Goblin King. You're swarming the field a bit, so you generally have a lot of Fiends on the field. It can't be attacked whilst you have any other Crashbugs out, and if you have all 3 Crashbugs out, it's got 3000 attack, so it's a pretty good level 1 monster. Stygian Street Patrol. Remove from playing your graveyard, special summon 1 Fiend in your hand with 2000 less attack. Generally used to get out the Crashbugs, and also just to inflict that small amount of damage when they attack. Embassy from Pandemonium. I don't think I've seen this card hit any play. It's a level 7 tuner. It's Fiend from Raging Battle. If you can almost summon with 1 tribute. If you do it, it becomes level 5, so you can summon it and use it for a level 8 synchro summon with your Crashbug. So really quite nice there. The other 2 cards which I've recently added in is Debris Dragon. This card can summon 8 out of the 11 Crashbugs in here. If you summon Super Crashbug, you go into Utopia generally. But if you summon out the other ones, you just go into Black Rose or Ancient Fairy. And it just really gets quite consistent. Sorry about that, I just got a PM on DN. And then Dandelion. Dandelion, just a great card in general. Using it with Debris Dragon to get those tokens, it's just some great stalling. Now onto the spells. You need to run Burial from a different dimension. You are removing from play monsters in the graveyard, so with Dad, Super Crashbug and stuff, and when you remove from play too many Crashbugs, you need to be able to summon that for the second Super Crashbug. Pot of Avarice. It might not seem like it works well, but it does work extremely well with the Crashbugs. You haven't drawn those cards that you need. Some easy drawing. Monster Reborn. It's staple. Allure of Darkness. All bar 3 cards in the deck are dark. You need that. Book of Moon. Staple. It's still used these days, even though it's not at 3, but it still works well. Swords of Revealing Light. You need that stall factor, and it gives them something to waste their destroying effects on. So when you see the trap lineup, you'll know what I mean. Creature Swap. I'm contemplating popping this up to 2, so leave comments down below. But at 1, this card is just great. You normal summon one of the Crashbugs with no attack points, give it to your opponent. They've got a basically dead monster which you can just get over with one of their monsters. Dark World Dealings. Just for that extra bit of drawing, you can send some cards to the grave, even like another Crashbug, so you can summon your Super Crashbug. And finally, Dark Eruption. This adds Sangan, any of the Crashbugs back to your hand that you need for your combos. Battle Fader if you manage to get it sent to the graveyard by another way. So it's just great for reusing those cards. Onto the traps. We have 2 Call of the Haunted. If you get Dark Neosphere out, you exceed with the monster that you summon from Call of the Haunted. You then get your Call of the Haunted back, and you just keep doing that. It's a great little loop. The other 2 continuous traps I've got is Escape from the Dark Dimension. Bring back any of your remove from play dark monsters, or banished, or whatever you want to call it, and it just works quite consistently. And then Limit Reverse brings back one of your weaker Crashbugs for exceeding, or any other your low attack monsters for an exceed summon. Even Sangan. Then you need to run Return from the Different Dimension. This card is great. Pay half your life points, summon, spam the remove from play zone, exceed into some monsters, or just attack, or uses as good defense in your opponent's turn. Defense Draw. If you were to take battle damage, you take nothing and you draw. It's just a great card in there. Wabaku, your monsters can't be destroyed by battle when you take no battle damage, so it's just a great little stall card. Rainbow Life. Discard a card. Until the end of this turn, whenever you would take damage to its effect or battle, you gain it instead. So it's a really great little card. Bottomless Trap Hole. If they summon anything that's stronger than any of your weaker monsters, just remove it. Mirror Force. Obviously. You need to get rid of those monsters. Starlight Road. You run, I think, nearly 10 trap cards in this deck, and you always swarming the field, so it's really quite required. And Dark Bribe. I'll now flash into the Synchro monsters and the extra because I forgot to get that ready, so flash. Flash back in. Okay, now, onto the extra deck we have 2, number 34 Terabyte. It requires 3 level 3 monsters, so normally it's hard to summon, because it can't be gotten out with Tour Guide like all those other people just trolls with, but you summon all 3 Crashbugs, you exceed. It's got 2900 defense, so when you're using Super Crashbug, it works well as an attack mode. You can detach material to take 1 level 4 or lower attack mode monster your opponent controls until the end phase, so you can exceed or attack with it. We then have Granosaurus. I don't have any other rank 3s except for Granosaurus and the 2 Leviathan Dragons, so these are the only rank 3s I have, so these are the only rank 3s I can run. But I just find Granosaurus is good because it's better than Leviathan in situations where you have Super Crashbug out. Leviathan would have no attack points, but Granosaurus would have at least 1900, so it still counts as good defense. Then for the rank 4s, we've just got a Wind Up Zenmeister and a Utopia. Zenmeister's just in there for in the rare situations where you've used your Utopia and you really need rank 4, and you can just go into it. Extra deck, we have 1 Iron Chain Dragon. The rare chance that you steal a level 2 monster from your opponent whilst you have a Debris Dragon out, you can just go into Iron Chain. 2 Black Rose, more commonly summoned just to nuke the field with your Debris. And 1 Ancient Fairy when you have that Super Crashbug and you really want to troll them with some high attack points. The level 8s we then have Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Colossal Fighter, and my MVP, which is my team mascot, Dark End Dragon. Summoning him is really easy using any of your Crashbugs and your thing. You can just nuke their monsters without needing to send your own cards to the grave. So yeah, if you're looking at this on my channel, the links will be on the side of the video somewhere. to the channels I've mentioned, and if you're on Dueling Bunny's channel, hopefully they do that. But please go sub to all of us, and peace. Wait, didn't stop it.